get one. You do get one.
And that's 10%.
I was just going to say, is that 10%?
I get to make a man.
Well, let me be oppositional, okay? I have multiple male friends, and I've been
friends.
friends.
Looking at you?
No, they don't. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
And you know that because you know some of them. So it's always been family, and it's always been that. And if I need to move, if I need something picked up, if I need something when I have surgery, when I have something down, they are there. Or if they call and stuff like that. And I've kept them throughout my relationships. And when they call me, we on speakerphone. Ain't nothing sneaky. It ain't never been no flirting because it's really family and it's really friendship.
Yeah.
So I think you can have that if you don't cross those lines.
Welcome to the Mind Our Business podcast, where we dive into life's challenges and triumphs while exploring the world of entrepreneurship. Here, you're going to get real talk about real life and real business. And in this juicy episode, we are talking about everything from feelings and friendships and the little fuzzy lines in between. So we're going to get juicy with it.
Oh, boy.
So whether you have been friend-zoned or you've friend-zoned somebody else, or maybe you found love where you least expected it, this conversation is for you. So before we get started, let's do some introductions, and we'll start with Queen Gigi.
Hey everybody, I'm Gigi Garcia, founder and director of Vibe Together and Move Space Collective.
And I'm Tamika, your favorite certified recreation therapist and inclusion specialist, owner of More Recreation Therapy and Consulting Incorporated, advocating for those with disabilities as well as our senior population.
And I'm Carla Shahid, the realtor, as well as certified real estate planner, where I help people build, protect, and transfer wealth through real estate.
And I'm Simona, known as Mona Vintage, a personal shopper and a fashion stylist and closet consultant, curating looks with you in mind.
And I'm the founder of Dr. Carmen Empowers, where we believe that breaking the silence around the most human experiences like stress, menstruation, and identity helps people to step fully into their power. Through workshops, coaching, and academic lectures, we help people to dismantle stigma, rewrite unhealthy narratives, and feel seen, celebrated, and confident in their truth. So everybody, in this episode, we are talking about really friends or just friend zone. Okay. So what does it even mean to be friends? Let's define that first. What does it mean to be friend zoned? What's that mean?
That means somebody pulled up the stops.
Yep, the
When
stops.
you was trying to go in, they said, hold up, wait a minute.
Yep.
It ain't that kind of party.
Not that kind of party. Wait a minute.
I think it means like a man was trying to like really trying to get to know you, and then you weren't really attracted to him, but you kind of gave him the impression that you were interested. So he kind of like pursued you a little bit more until it got to that point where you just couldn't take it, and you were just like, nope. I just see him as a friend. I can't even see myself with him like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from that definition, you have a definition.
No, you just put them in the waiting room.
Not the waiting room.
Yes,
But that means that's potential for the
let me
future.
tell you,
Yeah,
because you think that you may want him a little later, but you're not sure. So I'm going to put him on the side
he in
real
the
quick
queue.
and keep him in the waiting room.
Oh, I see.
Just in
Okay.
case other things don't work
I
out.
see what you're saying, but I think that sometimes they're, like you said, Gigi, it's just not maybe an attraction or something like that. And it's just maybe they're attracted to you, but you're not attracted to them. So it's like a friend zone.
Yeah.
Or maybe you are attracted and then you can't go there because they had a previous connection with somebody or somebody you knew or there's some kind of history.
Oh, no, they off limits.
So,
Then that's all. Yeah.
So you're pulling out the stops either way.
Well, true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That could be one too.
So by that definition, that means that it's women doing the friend zoning. So do men do friend zoning?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Friend zone
Yeah.
every time.
Yes, absolutely.
And don't
Men
be
do
lying.
it too.
Yes, they be friend zone.
But I think
Yeah.
men friend zone because they just don't want a commitment sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
Or
not that they
attraction
don't like
too.
you.
It could be attraction too.
It can
Yeah.
be. Different
Yeah.
reasons why people friend zone.
Okay. I love it. So we done defined what friend zone is. And, you know, per our usual, we like to start off with a quote that kind of guides our conversation a little bit. So here's our first quote. It says, the friend zone is kind of like a jail sentence. You have to serve your time.
Oh, Lord.
You'll either get out or become a lifer. This comes from the website lovetoknow.com. I think I'm going to read it
Wow.
again.
Yeah, read it again, because I
that
don't
was
know
hard.
about that. I don't know about that quote.
Okay, let's see. So again, this is from the website lovetoknow.com. So this quote says, the friend zone is kind of like a jail sentence. You have to serve your time.
Oh, boy.
You'll either get out or become a lifer. What you think?
I mean, it sounds like,
It's
look,
true.
if you want to stay in that friend zone, then you better, then you accept it. You know what I mean? You accept what it is, or move on.
And see, I see it different.
Okay,
when
what'd you say?
when I listen to that, I think about myself back in the days when I was the almighty pimptress. That's what I used to call
Okay,
myself.
pimp.
Not almighty
I
pictures.
did. I did.
Okay.
I
You
did
know
call
what?
myself that in college. Y'all think I'm playing? I called myself the almighty pimptress. So back in the days,
Player T, sound like.
Player
but
T.
I'm retired now. I'm retired.
She's
okay.
married
But so if I put someone in the friend zone, okay, remember I just put him there because I was already committed or looking at someone else to be in a commitment
Someone
with.
had your attention.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if I keep him in there, that means that, you know what, it just ain't gonna happen. But if I get him out, that means now I do want to pursue him. Or I want him to pursue
Oh,
me.
you said
So
the
I-
opposite.
Yeah.
I
So
like that.
I just keep him in the waiting room.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I look at it slightly different, but I don't necessarily look at it as a jail sentence because you could shut them down before they even go to jail. So, you know, so it's a stop. But I mean, you know, so basically, if you know they like you, you don't like them, you know, you cancel it. So the person, do they go to jail because you don't like them? You know,
Yeah,
is that,
they went to
sometimes
jail.
it depends on how deep it is. Not really,
Yeah.
but if you let them in, then they could be a lifer. It couldn't go there.
Yeah.
But if you pull out the stop, then they free to go. Jail.
That's
What
when
they
you
say,
have
get
to
out of jail free
discern.
card.
You have to discern like what position you're in.
Right.
You know
How
what I mean?
soon is it that you shut it down? I should
Yes,
say.
yes. So
Yeah.
some people
Yeah.
don't catch on to it. They don't
Exactly.
catch on to the red flag right
Exactly.
away. They don't know that they're in the friend zone.
Well, yes.
You know?
Well, all the signs are there, but they
know.
choose not to see that. I think someone can be friend zone. Like I can friend zone someone because, you know, of situations, attraction, what have you. But then I really look at them as a friend, not holding them in a waiting room for potential.
Right.
You know, like I'm just going to pull them out of my pocket. Hey, want to get together? No. We're really friends.
Tamika, you greedy.
Greedy.
So how
People like, let me not go there.
All right. So we were talking about how sometimes people don't see the signs or recognize the signs that they've been friend zoned. So how do you friend zone someone? Is it like a clear, direct communication? Let's be friends, or what is it?
I think that's my problem. That was my problem in the past. I feel like I'm just like really nice and I like to have conversation. So I feel like, you know, it probably could have seemed like I was leading them on because I was entertaining in a sense, but I always felt like it was a friend zone, you know? So I never saw potential past being friends.
But I think all girlfriends have been to the point like, oh, he's starting to like me too much and I'm not feeling him or feeling that situation. How do I say this or
Yeah.
help me out? We've all had conversations like, oh, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, you
Yes.
know, or maybe
Yes.
I was bored or maybe I did enjoy that company and that attention,
Yeah.
but still never looked at that person
As
the potential,
Yeah.
right?
Sometimes
You
it
never
is
had-
selfish for selfish reasons.
Yes.
For real.
Right.
Feed that
They
ego.
feel voids or feel
Some
voids
people
or
don't like
whatever.
to be alone. They,
Yeah.
you know, some people just
Right.
need somebody.
Yes.
Whether it's somebody, they might settle for somebody they just look at as a friend, but they have no intention of trying to get to know them or pursue them or get pursued.
Romantically, right?
Yeah.
Intimately, romantically, all that.
They just want dinners.
Well, I made it clear.
And wine.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I never had any
didn't
problem
do
with
that.
saying straight up, you know, no, you know, this is not going to work out that way. So we cool though.
But
And
that's
that-
the
and that's-
problem. That's
what?
what no. A lot of people aren't
Right.
saying up front their intention.
They're not.
Right.
They're
You
not.
know?
But I
Right.
think it's very obvious. I mean, if they can't see that they're friend zone, if you're
Yeah.
not going out on dates with
Exactly.
them, if you're not keying on the phone at night,
Okay.
Yeah.
Now if they that slow, then I don't know what to say.
See, that's how I see it too. That's how I see it. If it's because the signs are there,
Quite
whether
obvious.
you're direct or not. I mean, the actions speak louder.
But I don't know, Carla. You used to be very nice, so I don't know if it was
I
clear
still am
sometimes.
very nice. I'm
Yeah.
still am very
Yeah.
nice. But I mean, I definitely, have boundaries and stuff like that, you
Oh,
know?
yeah. Gotta have
So,
boundaries.
but yeah, I mean, yes.
But it's not always that clear
I
cut.
am nice.
No, and I've been nice too, and I've been hungry, and I've been thirsty. So I have been out with people, right, who have, it's said, like, I have went out multiple times, but we just didn't get to that romantic level.
Right.
And I think we've all been there. It's not a
Right.
shutdown to make it from the get-go. It's just that you are going out with them, you are hanging, so they're liking you more than you like them.
Right.
But
Right.
then you're like, oh, I'm not really feeling him this way. If they end up saying, well, you know what, I like you, and I'm seeing this, and you're like, ugh. And I was saying, sometimes we all been, on dates and hung out with people, and we didn't see them romantically. So it's
Right.
not that you were shut down. That's where the confusion comes in from the other person that's hanging with you, because you're like, okay, I'll go to dinner, I'll eat, we chilling, we have good vibes, we have a good friendship, good conversation. But when they start seeing the future and you don't, that's when it gets a little shaky, or they profess their feelings for you, and you're like, oh, I just wanted to go to the movies with
Yeah.
somebody. I want to just chill with you.
Yeah.
I enjoy your company genuinely, but I don't want to get down with you that way.
Right. Or
Yeah.
they
But
try to
that's
take it to an intimate
communication.
level.
That's communication, straight up. Because I never had that problem. They knew they were in the friend zone.
Yeah.
Because I would let them know. Yes, we may go out that first time because I wanted to see if I had that interest, or vice versa. But if it wasn't there, it was very clear. So
Yeah.
that's communication. Because that can happen after 5 dates. So it can happen at
true.
any time.
Yeah.
It can
Yeah.
happen when you're in a relationship.
Timing is-
Yeah.
I'm
is
like, this ain't
everything.
working anymore.
Yeah.
So that's all about communication.
Absolutely.
Well, what about if a homeboy, right? I got a lot of homeboys. We got a lot of friends that are guys. What if a homeboy hang out with you all the time and start feeling you? You see, it's not necessary. We friends anyway, so we gonna hang out. We gonna do this. We gonna, have a drink.
Then both parties need to decide if y'all
So,
want to
but
take
you
it
don't
there.
know the person.
Right.
Say they start
Yeah.
feeling you, then
Then
you
he
do
needs to
have to.
communicate and open his mouth and tell you how he feels. That's
Right,
what
but you
Tamika
still
was
got to
saying.
friends on them.
You friends
but it's
on him?
already
You pulling up
friends.
the-
It's
But he
already
want to come
friends.
out and,
Yeah, but you
pursue you.
Well, no, friend
wanna
zone
come out of jail.
because he's trying to get into the relationship zone, right? Because if you friends, right, it goes you first friends, then you become lovers or whatever the next thing.
Yeah.
So you have to stop. But sometimes it's not always that clear cut, because it could be somebody you wasn't even ever
No,
interested
I get
in
what
that
you're
way.
saying. Yeah.
But it is clear cut because you're saying that now they want to become more. So you have figured out they want to become more. So you have to be clear and say, hey, I'm cool the way we are. I just want to be cool with friends.
And that's the friend zone.
That's just communication.
Yeah, you have to
Right.
let
But
him
that's
know.
the difficult part, right?
People don't like
To some
that
people.
confrontation. That's where it boils down
Yeah.
to. Some
Or
people
to
just don't
hurt
want
somebody's
confrontation.
feelings.
That's
Or
a
the conversation
rejection.
if you just
They're,
get hurt
they're
feeling.
afraid
Yeah.
of that rejection. Like, oh,
But
Yeah.
you're
being-
hurting their feelings more if you allow
That's
them
true.
to feel that it
Right.
could be a possibility. Then
Boy,
you
do
have
I know.
danger zone.
Hello.
And so I
Yeah.
never wanted to go through that. So the almighty Pinterest made sure they knew.
Well, you go, girl.
Well, I also think too that sometimes men aren't direct, or just some people are not direct in their feelings, but they are calling, they want to hang out, they want to do, such and such, and you may get a hunch like, I think he may like me or what have you, but that's just my friend or what have you. So I think it goes to definitely communication, but sometimes it's just not so cut and dry, like, where they say, hey, I really like you, I want to date you, I want to do this, but it's like, hey, let's go to dinner, let's do this, let's do that, and you're just like, okay, I'm single, I'm, whatever, let me go ahead and entertain that, but knowing you're clear that you guys are friends, but he may be thinking something
Well,
else.
time will reveal everyone's true
Exactly.
intentions.
Yeah.
So you do have to allow time to reveal what's really in their heart, and then communicate how you feel at that point. Like Tamika was saying, like, oh, he's starting to feel me. He just told me he loved me.
Then that's you definitely
Yeah,
have to have
and
a
then you gotta be like-
conversation.
and then sometimes it hits you. You may feel awkward at first because you're like, damn, this has been my homeboy
Yeah.
for so long, and then he just got
Yeah.
to tell me his feelings for me. I'm like,
Right.
"Ooh, I don't
Or
know how I
there's
feel
no
about this,"
communication. Sometimes
Right.
your friend might say, I notice he be peeping you, or when you walk away, or I notice he do more for you than he did for, or he's acting like he acted with that girl. You know, what I mean, sometimes other people will see.
I
things.
agree with that.
That's true. Other people will
And
also
nobody
for you.
communicated either way.
Exactly. So it is definitely communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the lines can be fuzzy, right?
The lines can be
because
fuzzy.
for a lot of men, they've been socialized to pursue. They've been socialized to pursue. That's a part of their upbringing, right? That this is what you do. If I don't pursue, if I don't persist, I'll never have sex or I'll never get in a relationship. I mean, that's just real.
Yeah.
And so that's a part also, I think, of what makes the lines a little bit fuzzy.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
So that clear communication, I think, is good. It's very, very good. So can men and women be friends with no sexual attraction? Is that even possible?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
10% of the time.
10 toes down.
Yes, I definitely agree.
No, Tamika just said 10%.
Oh,
10 what? I said 10 toes
10%.
down.
So, she said 10 toes or 10%?
I said 10 toes down.
I said 10% of the time.
Yeah, so what's the other 90%?
Yes. No.
Why do you say no, Tamika?
Yeah.
Because of all what we just got through talking about. It becomes fuzzy. I have only had a couple of guy friends that in the past that were truly friends where we can kick it. There was nothing between us, but it just, for me in the past, it just did not happen that often. I just never blurred lines. I didn't hang out with guys. If I had that idea that they liked me, I just didn't do it. But that was just me.
or if you were in a relationship.
I was always in a relationship
Oh, okay.
Play it
most of the time.
Oh yeah.
She's trying to tell us. Look,
Wait, what
Because
was
I
it?
was one of those
Yeah.
ones
Yeah.
that was like what she said earlier that didn't really like to be by myself, but
Yeah.
I always had somebody in waiting room.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
And
you had a
so
rotation.
I had a rotation. The
Hello.
almighty Pimptress had a rotation.
I
Had to
feel
come
you
out of
on that. I
retirement.
feel you. Yeah. But I do feel like, I think in my line of work, I feel like I do have male friends that are truly my friends, and lines have not been crossed, you know,
But I
or
think
like,
a lot of those guys do like you, Carla, and I don't think you see it.
They are attracted
I
to
think
her.
a lot.
Yes.
Girl, please. A
They
lot
feel
of those
good when they're around
yes,
her,
Yes,
around
and
you.
I don't think you see it.
Around
but
you.
okay, so what I'll say to this is I feel like you can find someone attractive, but you're not attracted to that person in that way because you guys are friends.
They already
and
made
because
up in
of
their
situations.
Mind, Carla, they know that you're not going to holler back at them.
Exactly.
They know you're not
But
going to
they
give them the time of day.
They in the waiting room. You don't know. You didn't put them there, but they put
They
themselves
put
in the
themselves
waiting
in
room.
your waiting room.
But still, in her line of business, it don't matter because if she get a sale out of it because they liked her, because she
Not a
closes
sale.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
a sale,
okay, I
and then
feel
they
you.
close the deal, right? You sold stuff to people that you weren't attracted to, so that's on them. Because she still has to handle the business. You can't push them away because they like you.
You want me to tell you
that's
about
different.
the music industry?
That's
Because the
different.
entertainment, what I've been in the last 30 years,
Yes.
that's a male-dominant industry.
Yeah.
They all have intentions, ulterior motives.
Who, the kids or the parents?
No, not no.
Where are you at?
Who like you? Look, who like
Industry.
you?
No, the music industry. When I was-
Professionals,
profe-
Simona.
like,
Professionals.
Lord.
When you in the hip hop, got
Yeah,
it. Okay.
yeah,
Help her, Lord.
Girl,
Help
you
her.
crazy.
She said the
No, because the kids can have
Why you
a
making?
Girl, not the okay. You know what?
Anyways,
Let's move on.
Let's move on. But I will say this is that yes, I can tell if someone is attracted to me.
Not all the
but-
time.
Okay.
Let her finish her thought.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Right? But I definitely have some great male friends, and if something were to happen, I can call them and they look at me as their sister, as I look at them as my brother. So that's what I'm going to say, you know?
No, I have a male best friend too. Nothing, we never cross the line. No, nothing like that. And it's genuine. We actually we are an open book to one another, and it's been like that for over 20 years. You know what I
think
mean?
that's great.
So,
Beautiful.
and you do get
need
one.
it.
You get
need-
one.
And
yeah.
that's 10%.
Yeah, I was just about to say, is that the 10%?
I guess to make a man.
Well, let me be oppositional,
Thank you.
okay? I have multiple male friends, and I've
they
been
don't be
friends.
looking at you.
No,
they don't be looking at
No,
you.
they don't.
I don't.
No, they don't. Gigi. And you know that because you know some of them. So it's always been family, and it's always been that. And if I need to move, if I need something picked up, if I need something when I have surgery, when I have something down, they are there. Or if they call and this stuff like that. And I've kept them throughout my relationships. And when they call me, we on speakerphone, ain't nothing sneaky. It ain't never been no flirting because it's really family and it's really friendship.
Yeah.
So I think you can have that if you don't cross those lines.
Sometimes you come off as a homegirl. We come off as like that homegirl to these men.
Yeah, I am the homegirl. Like, it ain't coming off as I am the homegirl, right? So, but that's not to say that always happens, right? So that could be the 20-30%, and that's not common, right? But it does happen. It does. So
you at you 20-30%, Simona?
30%.
But you're way more social than I am as well. So I can see that percentage going up that way.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense too.
I get it.
Yeah.
So could it be a matter of people defining friendship differently? Like, do men and women just define friendship differently?
I think both define them the same. I think it's the individual at the time
where they
in
are.
their life.
Yeah.
Because there's times where back in the days where you just want a friend with benefits, right?
That's something
something totally different, correct? But then you may be in a phase in your life where you really want someone serious, so you put them in the friend zone because you're not attracted to them.
Right.
Or you in that flirtatious time, you just got out of a relationship and you like, hey, I'm just flirting with everybody.
Right.
So you just want to be having fun, you want to take it light. So you're flirting with everybody. You don't even care. So I think it depends on that timing, not male, female, but the timing in your life.
Right.
That makes sense too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because friendship is a statement for both sides. You know what I mean? Like it's defined the same. We have a two-way relationship with no intimacy, no romantic side.
Right.
But we help each other, we support each other, we do for each other or whatnot. That's a friendship. So I think a male would look at a woman the same, and a woman would look at a man the same.
At least they should. If it's truly a friendship.
But if his ulterior motive is like, oh, I like Gigi, I could see her as my girl. I could see Gigi as my wife.
Speak
the
it.
Mother
Speak
of my
it.
Kids. Well, the mother, no, I'm done with that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to know what you want.
True.
And like Tamika said, communicate.
It's a misconception.
It could be misconception.
And a lot of times this happens on men's side. They think that a woman cannot just want them for benefits without a relationship. Because a lot of them can do that easily.
Right.
But there's a lot of women out there, honey. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. A lot of women can put a man in that friends with benefits and be clear about it in their mind and be okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they will allow that for that man to keep on doing for her, even though she has zero intention.
Exactly.
While they have the benefits.
Benefit.
And then when the benefits expire, I bet that ain't your friend no more. I bet you can't call for nothing.
Yeah.
Got an expiration.
Yeah.
Benefits sometimes expire.
Well, I feel like there was a few doors that was just open that we can go beep, 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 So I'm like, where are we going? Where are we going?
It is hard to
moderator.
find a genuine man, but it is hard.
Which direction?
Where you want to go?
Wow, I don't know. Those were some big, heavy topics that was just like, pew, pew. Now we're talking about friends with benefits. Now we're talking about a woman using a man. Are we talking about using him for their resources and stuff?
That's friend zoning. That's all friend zoning.
All
this is friend zoning.
Well,
No, that's friends.
Right? Well, if you're using somebody just for their resources, that's not just a friend, right? You're using them.
So they're friends.
That's like a gold digger or something like that, right?
Well, I'm calling friend zone the person you don't want to go further with, but the friends is somebody you like.
Friends,
we try to do something.
You're solid with you guys just being friends. There's no nothing
emotional.
There's nothing taking it further than that.
Yeah.
Intimacy.
But friend zone, like Tamika said, you're in the pocket. You're in the waiting room. You're in rotation.
You don't know what you want to do.
You don't know what you want with that person. But what I was saying was sometimes women will put somebody in the friend zone, will still allow a man to do for her. You know what I mean?
As long as she communicates that, I think it's
fine.
okay.
That's their relationship. That's what they agreed to, as together. So if they
or they have nonverbal agreements.
Yeah.
Everybody don't communicate. Everybody don't.
They just go with the
flow. I mean, in a perfect world, everybody would say, oh, like Simona, Tamika, we going to just be up front. We going to be blunt. But some people are like, oh, no, I don't want to, So that's why is there confusion? If everybody was up front, if everybody shut it down, then we wouldn't have this conversation, right? Or these situations that come up all the time, right?
Yeah.
Haven't you dated somebody or somebody liked you and been like,
I feel so bad. Like, he likes me and he
Right.
did blah, blah, blah. But, yes, that has definitely happened for sure in the past. Yes.
Gigi, you been there? I ain't feeling him.
But if I'm not,
And you're blunt when you want to. You're blunt. Me too.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
sometimes it is kind of like,
I think it's
I don't
just-
want to hurt somebody.
yeah.
I can't lie long. I can't fake it so long. I can't, like, if I'm not feeling you, I'm not feeling you. I got to go. I just can't act and put on this smile. And
I'll say this because we talking real life.
Yeah, this is real life.
I've seen you act overly busy instead of being direct. I have this, I have that, I have that. Then you start distancing yourself.
I do
Then
distance
they'll catch the
myself.
picture because
Yes.
you wasn't that direct or
I
mean
know
or
someone
straight.
personally that happened
so
to.
you start, like, okay, I got this, and then all of a sudden he can't get in on your schedule no more.
Right.
And then you can move on.
Right.
So yeah.
Yep.
So you kind of nice.
Yeah, so I have done that. That is kind of like my way of telling the man, hey, sorry,
Ain't
boo.
gonna happen.
But is that a cue? Is that a cue? Should the man like
Well, if you
understand?
don't make effort,
Yeah.
you know, and reciprocate, then the man should know. She not calling me. She don't be reaching out to me.
Yeah.
She ain't trying to make plans with me. Woo, woo, woo. She don't even
Not
like,
really.
Sometimes
she
it
don't
takes
even
a
like
while.
she don't even like my Instagram posts or Facebook posts no more.
Oh, you be falling all the way off. But what if he
So-
thinks Gigi, she owns her own business. She's so busy. He in your he waiting on you. He
but
respecting
you
that
make
you
time
busy.
for who you want to make time for.
Right,
who
but
you're
if you
interested in.
lying and saying I'm busy, or you putting 5 on the real schedule, then what if he respecting your business and respecting what you said, and he's still waiting because you said I got this and that going.
So that means I missed out.
Know what I mean? You
No.
are direct and communicating. You're
Oh.
selling him. I have dance class. I have summer camp. I have coaching. I have strip. Look, I got twerk dancing tonight. So he's respecting your business. You're not
Yeah.
really saying what it until he's like, okay, she own her own business. I got to do paperwork. I got to meet my account. Like, you're not saying until he's like, okay, I'm
My
gonna wait.
schedule is crazy. Yeah.
Girl, like you
My
said, you make
schedule is
time for
so
who you want to make
crazy.
You
time
like it or
for.
not?
Look, I have made a decision to make time for a man
Yeah.
that I want to pursue, in return.
But we know that. Does the other person know? That's what we
they
talking
will
about.
when he come in my face. When he present himself, look, if you out there
He'll get it
and
eventually.
you
Yeah.
communicate with me and I'm feeling the same way about you, you will know.
As long as they in
Okay.
town, huh?
Long as they, yes.
Long as they what?
You got to be
Oh,
local.
yeah, that's right. Because
You
you
better
don't
be
date
local.
nobody
Okay, I have a
outside.
question. I have a question.
Okay.
Carmen, have you ever been in that situation in the past before marriage? Friend zone. Have you ever been in this predicament?
No.
No, it was always very clear.
Yes.
One guy at a time.
Yes. Especially being in a relationship. I'm very, very mindful about how I interact with other men.
Right.
I'm very, very mindful just of like even the tone of voice and how I speak and eye contact and, not making any physical connection, whether that's a hand on the shoulder or whatever. So I'm just very, very mindful of that because I don't want no fuzzy lines.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't have time for fuzzy lines.
Carmen, you got a sexy voice. That's gonna be kind of hard.
So
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Right.
At least that I know of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we got another quote. Let's check
Yes.
out another quote.
Okay.
Or statement. All right. So this one says, loving someone with your whole heart takes courage. However, unlike in the movies, the object of your affection doesn't always feel the same way. Just being friends can be hard, but losing them can be even harder. So you enter the friend zone.
Dang.
That was loaded.
What made you say dang?
Because it says like that, like when you lose them as a friend, you put them in the friend zone, or you just don't communicate with them at all. Because it's happened to me both ways.
Because I think that there are some people who want a romantic relationship. They've been categorized in the friend zone, and that's not what they want. They want that romantic relationship. And
So
if the
they walk away.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Yes.
They're
that's
embarrassed. They're shut down. They don't know how
They're
to move
rejected.
forward.
It's just too hard for them, I
friendly.
think,
Yeah, it's hard.
to watch the
Somebody,
object
yeah.
of their affection be
Yes.
another relationship.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is hard.
absolutely.
Yeah. So they
or whine about, I want to meet somebody, and they're going, I'm right here.
Right. Oh,
Hello.
Yeah.
That's happened too. Like
Yeah.
you see that, and you be like,
Yeah.
So yeah, it can happen all kind of scenarios.
And that's a decision on their part that they have to make and say, you know what, this is too hard for me.
True.
I cannot just be your friend, and I have to move on. And, you know, that's their decision. And I think that's a good decision if they can.
You have to respect it, and you just have
do.
to accept it, mourn, move on, you know. Yeah, I mean.
So have any of you ever had a friendship that progressed into a romantic or intimate relationship?
Okay, a true friend or the friend zoned? The true friend, right?
Bringing them out the friend zone?
Whichever one you want to go with.
Oh, so if they were a true friend, no. I've never been in a true friendship where it was nothing there and it went into a romantic relationship. I have not.
But
Oh, friend zone? Oh, that's a whole nother.
She called that the waiting room. That was the waiting room. Yeah.
You know, they were on the side waiting, but that happened absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely on purpose.
right.
Yeah.
On purpose, because when I was not in that so when I would get out of a relationship, now, you know, this, I'm talking about college, 20 years old,
Yeah.
20s. I'm talking about 20s, you know. So back then, absolutely, they were in the waiting room. Multiple people were in the waiting room in their own slots. And once I was out of a relationship, then I would flirt with the one that I wanted out of the waiting room. And there was your next
So your actions
persons. My actions
were different. Your energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that-
absolutely.
But they made it to the next level.
They made it to that level because I would just choose one. I was always
Yeah.
only dated one guy at a time. I just never played that role. I just couldn't do it. So I just go to the next one.
Anybody else?
No, I haven't had a friend that turned, not a true friend,
No.
like straight platonic, nothing.
No.
And then we start feeling each other and moving to that. No.
So what about this, changing gears just a little bit? Do you think that you can be true friends, just true friends with your ex?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say. Like, you know, I mean,
Without drama?
without drama. Yeah. I think like, well, me and Gerald, I mean, we were talking about in like, what is it, junior high, high school, or what have you, you know, but he is really my friend. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I would say that. Definitely.
That's because you aren't who you were back then. Sometimes it's because you guys have evolved into people and you're reestablishing a friendship and off of who you are at that present time. Knowing that you guys came up with each other or grew up with each other, you know, it's
Yeah.
good to reestablish a friendship with somebody and really see what they've been up to and get to know them all over again.
And I say,
Sometimes
I'm cool
it can
with,
happen like that.
right. And I'm cool with my exes, all of them. Because I
Yeah.
feel like just because it didn't work out, I don't hate you. I still have love for you. There's nothing there anymore romantically, but we were friends. So because some people break up and block people and
Yeah.
move on, I don't do that. I'm like, for what? We were cool. It just didn't work out that way. But you still have good qualities. You still know my family, you know my folks. We have a connection, so we're cool, you know. And I'm,
You are good with
cordial.
that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good, and I don't cross the lines. You know, I've been cool and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, long as you're like Tamika said, communication, transparent, upfront. There ain't no sneaky business. You can stay cool.
Yeah.
I don't hate you.
Yeah.
We didn't work out.
And do you think that if you're in a committed relationship, should you break off your friendships with the opposite sex?
I think you will know which friendships you need to break off. And especially those ones, as like Tamika said, the ones that were like in the
Waiting room?
waiting room. I think that, and if there were some flirtatious things, I think that probably would be best to cut those relationships off. You know, if you can't talk on the phone and genuinely, I mean, you know, I just say, you know, genuinely, you know, when you should cut that
Yeah,
relationship off.
I have nipped communication in the bud with men when I know that I'm in a committed relationship, just out of respect for my partner.
Agreed.
So that's
Yes.
just that. And I don't. It's not like I came to my man and said, "Hey, it's about like 3-4 other dudes that you're still trying to communicate with me." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just go ahead and just nip that in the bud. Just want to let you know. No, I just do it out of respect for him,
Yeah.
knowing that you ain't gonna see. No, I'm not no sneaky link all on my phone late at night,
Right.
texting somebody back, you know, or putting my phone face down. Y'all need to stop doing that.
Right. Right.
And, you know, making plans outside of him.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say there has been times where that was, you know, that those lines probably were crossed when I was in a relationship, like maybe entertaining, even though it wasn't going anywhere, but still entertaining. But now, like being in a relationship right now, like I was tempted, not tempted, but, you know, the devil came and I said, because I thought about my partner, like, and how would that look? And I was like, there's no way. Absolutely not. So I know who are my friends. My friends, I definitely keep those relationships. Those that were,
But you communicate that with your partner, right?
I did.
Yeah, like I always say,
I did.
Like, my boy here, this is my boy. Nothing ever cross lines, no nothing.
Yeah.
You know, when he calls us, he'll be like, hey, such and such is calling you, and
Yeah.
there's no ill feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or I even said too, like I'm cool with some of my exes, like, they'll call her, even they're close to different family members. So Thanksgiving, they may slide, 4th of July, they might be
Right,
there.
they might
I'm
be
just letting you know
sliding,
they
they might be
have
sliding
their
through.
relationships
Yeah.
and their friendships now, and they do it, but I'm transparent, like, but I'm just going to let you know that
Yeah.
they're cool with these people, and they may, or sometimes we've extended Christmas invites or different things. So, but it's, but you're here, you know what's going on. We've been on trips with them and they new partner or whatever. So, but it's transparency, and it's you can see what's going on, and how do you feel? I don't just say this is what the move is. This is what we've been doing before you were on the scene. But are you okay with this, or how do you feel about this?
But we also have to set boundaries too once
Yeah.
we become in a relationship, especially committed one, marriage, all that, because
you
have to know what.
Yeah,
the
if you
other
marry, you
person
don't need
feels
none of your.
comfortable
Yeah,
with.
exactly. Yeah.
I just don't make clear boundaries. It's just even
Right.
because if they were in the waiting room, that's not even an issue. You're not going to talk
Exactly.
to them at all.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
if they were truly friends,
Yeah, they were truly friends.
I'm not hanging out with him anymore because now I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
If we talk on the phone, it's going to be because it's something that we needed to talk on the phone about. It's not just chit chatting. I'm just not kikiing with him anymore. And these are true friends.
Yeah.
Because out of respect, we're in a relationship. But I do want to switch it, okay? Because I'm not playing with no guy that I am dating or that I'm in a relationship with that has girls as their best friends or their First of all, I'm probably not dating him if he says he has a girl as a best friend. I probably won't, to be honest. I've never been in that situation, but
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. Somebody put each other in the friend zone. But anyway.
That's true.
So I do want to hear from you guys. What's your thoughts about your man having girls as friends? Because I'm not playing that.
If they have history, if they have some type of history, I probably most likely won't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, I have no problem with that as long as she and I have a relationship, as long as we're doing things together. This whole best friend calling another woman your best friend, like I might have a problem with that. I think I do have a problem with that, but I mean we're older now, you know, so you form relationships. So like my partner, he has a really close friend. She's married. We were at their wedding, and you know, I don't feel any kind of way at all, and I can see that they have a genuine relationship, and that's okay.
But do they hang out individually together?
No,
See, that's what
absolutely
I'm
not.
talking about.
Absolutely not.
So there are boundaries.
Oh, yes.
With it. So I think you're agreeing with what I'm saying. Yeah, they can
No, I
have
get
those
what you're saying.
friendships,
Yeah.
but they're not any longer hanging out with them individually. They're not kikiing on the phone. But if they see each other,
Well, they may talk on the phone, but they not hanging out. You know, they may check in,
They're
like
not
you said.
spending quality
you know?
time outside of your
No.
partner.
Exactly.
That's
Right.
really
No.
what it boils
That's
down
true.
to. That's
It's-
about you can have relations.
So it's
you
the
can
same
have
thing.
conversation.
Yeah, I don't love that dynamic, but I also don't expect you to have a friend of 20 years that I come on the scene and now your friendship is gone
Yes.
or thrown out the door because I'm somebody's friend, somebody's boyfriend's
Yeah.
friend, you know, and it's not that kind of boundary, and they're welcome to come hang and do stuff too, or, you know, and they're always invited. So, but I don't, you know, because society, because how people are shady, we're so intimidated by that, especially if the best friend is hot, right? Or fly or gorgeous or
Yeah.
whatever. It makes you feel like, you know, is there something else behind the music? But I don't like it. But again, I'm not going to say throw your friendships away because I'm on the scene now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're all friends, and hope, you know, I wouldn't want y'all just hanging solo. You know, hopefully I'm
Yeah.
invited and your friend becomes my friend as well.
Yeah.
You know, not that that's my friends
That
and your
makes
friends are
sense.
your friends, you know?
Yeah.
So, we talked about these fuzzy lines. We talked about how it could be confusing. I think trust is a theme that ran through our conversation
Big
as
time.
well. So, what advice, to wrap this up, what advice would we give someone who's confused about whether they're just a friend or something more?
ask.
Well,
Just ask.
yeah,
Or
you can
communicate
definitely
if they
do
don't.
that,
Yeah.
but sometimes that's hard too. But I think just actions speak louder than words. Are they trying to, spend time with you? Are they trying to, that's when you're going to know if you're being friend zoned. If someone is constantly busy, they have this, they're not calling you, they're not, you've been friend zoned.
Absolutely.
So, and then, you got to pick up the cues. You got to see that as, okay, this person is friend zoning you. It's not going to go any further.
And no response is a response.
No response is a response.
And ladies, be a little old fashioned. That's what I would say. Because if we go back in the days where men technically pursued us, because it's been opposite a lot lately. But if you kick back a little bit, and if he's coming at you saying, let's go do this, let's do that, that is, like Carla said, he's pursuing you. And so you know that you're probably not in a friend zone.
Right.
It's quite obvious. But if you're coming at him, he may be wanting to use you for different things that you don't want to
ever
use
do
for.
that. That's my advice. Don't ever do that.
Well,
or make it easy.
Reciprocity.
Yeah, don't ever do that.
That's the word right there. Make sure it's reciprocal. Make sure he's giving, you giving. Don't give too much. Don't give more than what you're receiving, in the beginning.
So we want to send our audience away with a little something to do, a little something to think about, our audience challenge. And really it's more of just sort of a reflection and sharing your thoughts and experiences. So think about, have you ever been stuck in the friend zone? Have you been in the friend zone and got out? Or were you the one doing the friend zoning? So we just want you to share your experience, share your story in the comments using the hashtag #FriendZoneFeels. So do that for us so we can kind of keep this conversation and communication going. So before we go, though, we definitely have to give a shout out to our brother Percy Robinson of L3 Media for making sure, keeping everything holding it.
Keep that on film.
I'm gonna do that over. So before we go, we just want to give a shout out to our brother Percy Robinson of L3 Media, always holding it down behind the scenes, making sure that we look amazing. So thank you so much, Percy.
Yes, thank you, Percy.
And until the next episode, stay true to yourself and remember, let's
Mind our business.